We've all seen those alarming headlines. You need $1 million to retire, you need $2 million to retire, or 600,000 is the minimum for retirement. These headlines make lots of Kiwis really nervous when they come to visit us. They worry because they're nowhere near those figures. But here's the truth, they are just media headlines. You might need that much, but every person we work with has different needs and often, depending on their expectations, don't need whatever the latest headline says, as much as that much money might be nice. A more valuable exercise is working out how much you might actually need. So here's a simple starting point we often recommend. Start with calculate your current income, take off tax, take off your debt repayments. That's assuming you won't have that debt by the time you retire. And consider if the remaining amount feels comfortable to live off or not. So just ask yourself, how does life feel with that budget? Is it comfortable, or are there things that I'd want to add? Perhaps there's stuff extra that you'd want to put in, so that might be some travel or hobbies because you'll have more time. And remember that spending in retirement isn't linear. Most people experience 3 distinct stages. So the first is active retirement, so you're fit, healthy, and able to do things. This stage typically requires more money. The second is settled into retirement, less active, spending more time at home, and generally, as a result, spending less money. Then the third is the big unknown, and that's involving care costs. Some people enjoy a long active retirement period, and that's the ideal, right? Though it can be really expensive. And others might spend more time in the second or third stages. So 2 important realities to remember in retirement. So the first is our time's limited, and we want to make the most of what we've got. So that applies to retirement and life in general. And number 2, work on your own numbers, not these headline figures that are around. If headlines motivate you to start planning, that's awesome, but don't treat them as gospel. A few other quick things to think about. Are you happy to use up capital, or do you want to leave a significant amount of money for dependents? How much equity do you have in your home? And then how do you feel about potentially accessing that equity through either downsizing or a reverse mortgage later in life? If you're fit, healthy, and say in your 80s, why wouldn't you tap into the home equity to enhance your lifestyle at that point? So use retirement headlines as motivation to start, but don't fixate on the numbers that are mentioned in the headlines. Your retirement needs are as unique as you are.